Yeah. Hey. Baby waiting on me, word the trap. I can't help but wait till you get that word, ma'am. Don't change.
I can't help but wait
till you see that with me it ain't the same.
I can't help but wait
till you see you for what you really are.
Baby girl, you are a star, and I can't help but wait.
Together, you can do better. Say it's believer. And I know what's in me, no, I'm gonna make my position. Let you come that you been missing. I'm calling out. Cause we gon' get copyrighted. Yo.
Trey was going in.
There you go. What do we got planned for next month?
A lot.
Yeah. For July.
Mm-hmm.
Should we say it?
Wait, what are you talking about? What, for our personal businesses? Or just what, for growing
Personal
pains?
business. I know I'm going to Jamaica.
Yeah, man.
Jamaica,
Yeah.
Find me a Jamaican woman.
Wagwan.
Wagwan, Jamaican me happy. Yeah.
Bye.
Not Jada with the bye.
But I'm still working on trying to launch my pants.
Mm-hmm.
Best pants out.
Period.
Gotta be
Yes,
when you drop it.
period.
Period.
We're going global with them pants.
Okay.
Bruh, we was at Atlanta. Listen, y'all, we was at Atlanta Streetwear Market. She had the whole room flooded.
Literally.
Taking
Literally.
pictures.
Literally.
No,
Yo.
for real.
That was an inside joke, y'all.
Inside joke.
Literally.
You gotta let them know what the joke is.
Yeah.
That way they a little tuned in with it. Jada
Not-
says literally a lot. Like literally. I'm literally about to go. But nah, Jada did have mad people pulling up.
No,
and they're
for real.
Oh my gosh, your pants. Your pants.
Literally.
Oh my god.
Take a picture. Literally. Literally. No, for real.
No, but the pants are hard though.
Nah, thank you.
Hard.
But I'm hoping. So it's a lot of moving parts to it, as far as like people that I have to hire, and I guess I've been realizing that things can't always go on your time when there's so many people involved. And so I keep trying to be like, okay, I want to do the launch in the next few weeks. But with so many people involved, it's like, oh, dang, I got to wait on this person. And I got to wait on this person for this.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I feel like I keep having to push back this thing that I want to do. And it's just like, okay, like, when is this going to happen?
Yeah.
It's like, I know what needs to happen, but since I have to rely on other people, it's harder to do things when I want to.
You don't think you can use other resources? People, rather than waiting on those people, just seeing who else is in that field that can fulfill the job.
I feel like regardless,
That's
it's gonna be
true,
a waiting
too.
game.
Yeah, because I was initially trying to do a launch in like 30 days, which can be quick. That could be kind of fast if it's something that you are doing with a bunch of people. Because to tell people, hey, I'm trying to do this in the next 30 days, I need you booked for this time. Some people already have their whole month booked.
Planned out,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's like, oh, I don't really got time for that.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people are saying like, oh, well, July will be better for me for this part or for this part. And so that's kind of been like an issue I've been facing, but I know that when I do this launch, it's going to go really well. But you know how you have a plan or a schedule, a timeline in your head. This part of the year, I'm working on this. This part of the year, I'm working on that. And so because I'm having to push this back, it seems like by the time I finally do it, in my head, I'm already supposed to be on like my second project of the year.
Yeah.
By the time, like
This first
exactly. And so this should have been taken care of for the pants. And that way I could start preparing for project number 2, because I had this whole idea of how everything was just going to flow.
Yeah.
But now it's seeming like, well, dang, my whole timeline is getting messed up. And I got to figure out, okay, how am I about to do this? Hey y'all, it's Jada from Growing Painz podcast, and guess what? We are now offering ad placements for our episodes. So if you have shoes, candles, wigs, food, whatever it may be, if you want to see it featured on an episode, all you have to do is email us and ask about our sponsorship ad placement packages, and we'll send that information over to you. Now back to the episode.
You got some good ideas.
Yeah,
you do.
You got some good ideas.
And see, okay, I could get y'all opinion on this. My mom says, I talked to her, and she says, she was talking about how I'm trying to do things so big. Mm-hmm. She said, just go with the bare minimum, like, go with what you have. Mm-hmm. But
just so that you can get started? Is that why she said that?
Yeah, like, cut out all the extra and just focus on...
Well, what would the extra be, though?
So how I talk to y'all about my ideas for marketing or, like, doing certain things for my website and even, like, hiring some people to help with the promotion. Like, cut out as much fat as possible that I can and just stick with the basics of what I would need for a launch, which is like a website, photo email list, stuff, and some samples. Mm-hmm. And like, to me, I understand it, but I also feel like because I've been reaching out to all these celebrities and actually hearing, oh yeah, I'll be a part of that. Like, I'm getting big names that are going to be a part of this launch, and all of these things are coming together for me to make this way bigger than it actually could be. I feel like if I'm going to have all these people working with me and helping make this launch a big thing, I feel like I got to go full out with all of it. So that way, I look at this as my introduction into the fashion industry for real. Like, I've been in fashion, but this is going to be something, this is going to be like one of those signature pieces of mine. So when I do this launch, I envision it being something where, oh, I remember when I first heard about Jael and she dropped those pants. Like, I want it to be like a staple moment for my brand. So I'm looking at it as, I don't want to just just have the bare minimum and then do the launch. I want it to be a big thing, you know?
I think, and I know exactly what you're talking about, because even when I do drops, I'll plan this huge, like, idea out, right? I think you should stick to your plan, what you were going to do as far as, like, the vision and stuff like that.
Yeah.
For a few reasons. For one, this is you first introducing the pants to people.
Yes.
So it's like, you know how they say first impressions is everything.
Yes.
And so I feel like with you introducing your pants, I feel like you should introduce it in a way that, since the pants are different, introduce it in a way that's different. Even if that means you're waiting until fall, I think you should definitely wait, do it big, or, you know, go big or go home.
Exactly.
So that's one of the reasons. And the next reason is, I feel like if it was in somebody else's hands, they would do it big. So why not you do it big?
And I wanted to add on to that, because how you saying that somebody else would do it big. Let's say you drop and then a big brand sees it and then they do everything that you already had planned to do.
That's what I was gonna say next.
Yeah, exactly. And I just feel like if I envision my brand to be like the next Gucci or whatever the case may be, I'm entering a new space for my brand. Like, I'm still going to do custom stuff, but me having the manufactured pieces, like an actual online store, I want people's first impression. Like y'all said, I want their first impression of my brand to be, wow, this is a luxury brand. I don't want them to think. And that's another thing I also want to do with my brand is, a lot of times as Black people, we want to be good for, oh, this is good for a Black brand, or I don't want, so even sometimes when I talk about being a fashion designer, I don't want people to be like, oh, she's good to be Black, or she's good for her to be in this luxury space. She's good to be Black, or something like that. Imagine if people said, oh, Michael Jordan is good to be Black. Like, he's a good basketball player or you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want it to be like that. I want my brand to be so nice to where it gets to the point to where they view my brand literally as good of a quality as Gucci. Not, oh, this is cool for a Black brand. Like
a starter.
This is cool for it to be that. I want it to just be like, oh, this is good, period. Compared to all of these other brands that's owned by these white people, Asian people, whatever, Italians. For it to be compared to all of these other brands, it is just good.
And I feel like for you to set And why not set that standard when you're first introducing the pants?
Exactly. And so that's how I feel.
Instead of just getting it out just to get it out. And then now it's like you do a big drop, but why not do it in the beginning?
Yeah.
And making it a staple memory. For example,
Literally.
artists, when they drop their debut album, they don't just, let me cut out all the fat and just, not saying that it's the wrong thing to do.
Right, because I've did that before.
Yeah, you don't want to cut down on something that you know can be big.
That's what I was just about to say. When you know you have something good.
Bro, we went to Atlantic Streetwear Market.
Yes, when when you know you have something good, you can't just treat it as regular. And that's with anything. If you in a relationship with like business ideas, whatever the case may be, if you know you have something good, if you treat it as regular, then it's how do I explain it?
It becomes regular to other people's eyes.
Exactly. It doesn't get the respect that it truly deserves if you just treat it as regular.
Exactly.
Right.
And so I feel like I know that these pants are so incredible. I know when I release them that they can really do well.
Because they are.
And so I just
it's
feel
like God showing you the vision.
Exactly.
What you do with it is on you, but this is how it could be. This is how you could execute it. I'm showing you go to Atlantic Station, people buy it. But if you execute this in an average way, you're going to get average sales.
Literally. And I just know that I feel like if I do this correctly, as far as bringing all these ideas to life, it's going to set the tone. It sets the bar. That's another thing. What you introduce to the world, that literally sets the tone for your brand. And so that's what but that's what people are going to expect from you until you show them, I can expect something higher from them. So I just want to come straight out the gate, like people seeing, this is what I can expect from her. This is her packaging. This is her marketing. This is the quality of her work. I want to come out the gate with people being able to say exactly like how we did our event. We set the standard with that first event. Minus the air quality, right. You know.
In the first, originally we were gonna do it. We were gonna do it in like 2 weeks. We were like, nah, we gotta push this back.
Exactly. And if we would have did it in that 2 weeks, that would have been us treating it regular. That would have been us not giving it the true attention and the respect it deserves. And so that's kind of how I feel about what I'm working on right now. Is I have the ideas, I have the people. It's just seeming like it's gonna take a little bit longer than I expected. Which is okay, but I guess, sometimes you can get a little antsy waiting. Sometimes it doesn't feel good to wait for something.
Because I'm thinking, like, even great things take time.
Yes, very
Can't rush
true.
greatness.
I was just watching an episode with B. Simone that Dave did with her, and she was talking about her lip gloss line or lipstick, whichever one that is called. Yeah. And basically, she was saying that the product wasn't how she wanted it.
Oh, I remember that. And she did so many different alterations to it.
Just imagine if she would have just been like, all right, it's good enough for me to release it. But if it's good enough, then that's how everybody else perceive it.
Exactly.
Oh, this is all right. It's cool. It could have been better, but it's cool.
Exactly.
They could have moved on. But if you get it to, great things take time, as you mentioned. So if you just continue, not in a sense of perfecting, but more so coming up with a strategy of how you want this to be. You want people to remember that, when Jael dropped these pants, she had a crazy rollout in marketing.
That's exactly what I want people to think. I want it to literally be a staple in their mind that they remember, Where
other people could end up getting inspired by it.
Literally.
When they're doing their marketing plans. This brand, when they did their marketing plans, she went crazy with it. A prime example of is Diera with those shades, the Lorvay shades.
Oh,
her marketing was crazy when she dropped it. And that's, for me, that's kind of like a staple piece in fashion.
Even Jada Waiter, when she dropped her clothes, she executed it well too.
Yes, and her she does like what's the word? She does I don't know if it's like boutique clothes, like cute stuff that you could wear out, like right?
Lounge?
Yeah. But she still did a big rollout for it regardless, Yeah. Even the red boots, people are always going to remember those because of how they marketed them.
Imagine if they said, the product gonna sell itself. I could just know they
exactly.
And so now look at the results it's producing.
Exactly. So that's how I'm envisioning this too. And I don't know if y'all do this, but one thing that's been kind of helping me, not keep going, but just keep me motivated is for the first drop, I'm only doing 60 pairs, 60 to 70 maybe, but it's gonna make me like exclusive $90,000 to $100,000, and I just imagine a moment with like the moment that they sell out. I just imagine it.
I can see it.
And yes, and the thing is, like, because I'm thinking about this rollout, how dope this rollout is about to be, all the names I'm about to get into them, 60 pairs, it's gonna be like so easy. I feel like, and so it's just like I'm imagining a moment where I'm sitting and I look at my phone.
You can hear if you get Shopify, you can hear.
Yep, exactly.
That'd be the best noise,
literally. And so I'm just imagining that moment where I look at my phone and I see like all 60 pairs have been sold. Like what? That is gonna be so dope. No, for real. I'm going to have to celebrate for sure.
Balloons.
Yeah,
that's gonna be hard.
That's gonna be hard.
But
I feel like I'm kind of in the same boat too. Like I wasn't even gonna drop clothes, and then I called the book club group chat, and Goni and Trey answered, and I was just like, should I drop some clothes? Because I wasn't even planning on it. Right now I'm just working on community, building a community and adding value and helping people.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, like drop some clothes. Like why not?
Definitely.
You know? Get some clothes out in the community and stuff. And so I was like, I guess I should, because I mean it is a clothing brand. Yeah. But I told myself I would focus strictly on building a community first.
I feel like your community is solid though. Like I feel like when I first followed you, Wise Label was probably at like 11,000 followers maybe, and then I looked the other day, you had like 20 something. Your community is growing, so I feel like now is honestly the perfect time for you to drop something, because you have been building your community and doing it consistently. So I feel like now if you were to drop something, I feel like it would be super dope. And even since people know you for doing the public interviews, if you could do some type of promo using that, but not just like something regular, like not just doing an actual interview, but I'm thinking along the lines of like making that your actual commercial, like I don't know, but like some high production type stuff.
Bruh, Jada, you know what I'm trying to do. We have content, bruh.
Like for real, I think that would be super, super dope.
I could see that. And see, that's where I'm at right now. Like I could easily drop some clothes right now, but I'm like, the vision I see, I don't want to just, and I always playing concepts behind my drops in photo form, but now I want to do it through video.
Yes.
And so
it's so much stuff you could do. Like I just be thinking of like whenever you talk about stuff like what you want to do with Wise, I just be getting ideas of like, yes, because you have such a good message, and so. And I like coming up with video stuff. And so it just be like things that pop up in my head. And it's just like so much dope stuff you could do because you have the message, because you have the community.
Exactly.
Like it's so many different things you could do to
and
like
so that's
push
when I'm
it.
just realizing that I could be expanding more on just doing public interviews. I could be doing more than just making content in my room or wherever. I could be doing more. And so like I can't. And so that's where I'm at right now. Just planning how I can execute this drop in a way that's different. I don't want to just be an average clothing brand that has photo shoots. Like I'm already not average with my message and the what I do in my community. But it's like now I can take it a step further with how I execute and market stuff.
Exactly.
Like, I want to get to a point where like because I'm already passionate about content, right? Always been passionate about content. So I want to get my brand to a point where like I'm taking over this city. Taking over the city with just production. Like it's going to be like
Painting the road wide.
That's literally what I want though. Like I want it to be where every time you like right now I feel like on social media, I feel like I'm dominating a little bit on social media.
For sure.
I want it to be like that in real life where every time somebody steps out the house, they see somebody with a Wise shirt. They see it on a billboard.
Like
they
Nike.
see it on a truck. Literally.
It's hard to miss. It's right here.
You can't escape us on social media, and you're not going to escape us in real life, and that's how I want to see
you're not going to escape the message.
Yes, exactly.
You're going to know. It's not just we seeing Wise Label. You know this message.
Exactly.
And every time.
And that's the main point too. It's not just content. Like it's the mission behind it. And especially like I feel like I am filling a space that's needed. Like Christians our age need a community where they can go and talk to other people and feel safe to talk about their struggles and not feel alone and feel like they can ask questions about God and not be judged and all this type of good stuff. So
no, definitely. I think it's going to be dope. I feel like, and just like how we said earlier, as far as like not treating what you have as regular, Wise Label isn't regular, and we have other streetwear brands in the world, but they don't have Wise Label. They're not Yanni. They're not you, right? Hey y'all, what's up? I know you're enjoying the episode, but real quick, we wanted to take a second to talk to y'all.
Hey, pull out your phones right now and text the word GP Crew to the number down below. Let's get it.
Go do that right now. You're going to get updates about new drops, events, and so much more.
And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let me get back behind the camera. Let's get it.
And so with everything that you do, as far as when you're putting together your content and when you're putting together, like you're producing your content for your launches and stuff, you can't do stuff like everybody else. Like you're meant to be set apart. And so that's why when you said the thing about doing your videos, like more storytelling videos for your content, for your brand, that makes sense. Like that is literally like that fits your message and what you're doing so well, but just not doing it on a small scale, but literally going full force. And I think sometimes we get scared to do things full force because of, like, you may think about, especially being like a new entrepreneur, up and coming entrepreneur, you may think about like, oh, I don't have all the resources, or I don't have this.
Do what you can.
But the thing is, we have the resources though.
No, for real.
If we apply the pressure and we use the resources that we have, we could really go up in all of
literally, and you'll be surprised that if you have the vision and you're like moving towards whatever it is you see, you'll be surprised at how well things just start to come together for you to make that thing come to life. But sometimes we just decide, dang, well, I don't think this actual vision or dream that I want is possible, so I'm gonna just settle for something that's not as good. And I feel like when we do that, you're basically saying, God, I don't think you can do the impossible. God, I think you can only do what's possible for me to do. But when you say, oh, I have this high standard, this high vision, this big goal, and this is what I want, then you decide to go after it, then you're giving God an opportunity to show you, I can make this impossible happen.
And
that's
being
what I was
confident in it.
Exactly. But that's what I was going to say. So you made a few points. Okay, so one thing I wanted to say was how people say, like, they might have a vision and not feel like they have the resources to execute it. Do what you can, because I remember my past few drops, there's been so many times I had a huge vision for my brand and I executed it, but the production wasn't as big as I see in my head, but I did what I could. And so now I feel like the more I do that, eventually I'll get to a point where I can do it as big as I see, right? But working with what I have. And then I was going to say, with me saying how I want to have like take over cities with production and stuff like that, half of me is like, you know, sometimes I do feel like, oh, like that's a big vision. But I feel like if I were to minimize my vision, I would be minimizing God. Because for one, my brand, literally, I think about how if God's gonna comes through me in my life, he's most definitely gonna come through for me in my brand, especially if my brand is serving him. It's like God's brand for real, you know? And it's like, that's how I look at my brand. I feel like my brand is God's brand. I'm just managing it.
I love that.
So the vision God gives me, he's saying, this is what I want, and I'm putting it in your hands to manage. But if I say, I can't do that, or I won't be able to pull that off, or I don't have this, then I'm not fully putting my faith and trust in God, believing that he's going to help me execute what he put in my mind.
I believe
something I heard somebody say before is that he'll give you the baking tools, the recipe. He's gonna give you the ingredients, but you just gotta cook it. He's not gonna put his arms into your arms and have you mix up the pancake mix or the baking powder or whatever. Put it in the oven. You gotta do it yourself.
Literally.
I believe you have to be like a little bit delusional when it comes to your dreams. In a sense, you have to, okay, you don't see it, or it's not right there in front of you, and neither does everybody else see it. But in a sense, you have to know that if I keep working towards this one thing, it's like a snowball effect. It's gonna start off small, and then you keep going and you keep going and you building it, and then it turns into something big. And then now those people that didn't believe you before, now they see, oh, I see what you were talking about now. Yeah. I've watched certain people where they're starting from the beginning. Prime example, Kanye West with his Netflix series.
Exactly.
Everybody, he's a producer and he's trying to sell these songs, and nobody is listening.
They did not believe
the shoes, all of that stuff. Nobody is listening. And then now it gets to a point where, okay, I'm gonna keep breaking down. I'm gonna keep knocking on the door until I get in. You feel me?
They were trying to put him in a box. They said it was like they only wanted him to be a producer. Right. When he tried to get into music as far as being a rapper, it's like, no, we don't want you as that. We want you to be a producer. Yeah. But he still kept believing in himself.
That's why I like him, because he be saying like nothing. He like that. I don't know if y'all seen that video, but he was like, nothing is impossible. Like the world will literally try to make you seem like this is impossible by showing it to you in movies and celebrities and social media. But literally, we can do it too. There's nothing different between us and somebody who's did something bigger. We both of us breathe the same color. We walk on the same earth. We breathe the same oxygen. So what's so different? And I feel like, especially us with us being young, it's like if we can do it, bro, we're showing other people that it's possible.
Yeah. And
100%.
I feel sometimes we can get stuck on the how is it going to get done. For example, for my business, I know that I can like blow it out of proportion, meaning I have ideas with the content creators that I work with. I'm saying to myself, what can I do other than just provide them a thumbnail, provide them a video edit, and they're just saying, okay, this is great. Like, we know your work is great, but how can we take it to the next level? I'm even when I was in a car, I'm thinking, I want to be a producer or something, like do different things, try something big where it's not, we're not staying in one field. You can't put me in a box. We're creatives. We can think outside the box. With Royalty Made It, I want to get to that point where we're creating movies. We're doing treatments for music videos. It could be, we can help create a documentary. We can edit the videos, and we're scripting scripts and different things like that. It can be as big as that, but we can't just keep doing the same thing as far as just creating a thumbnail or doing a video edit. What else can you do other than just what you've been doing so far? That's what I want to get to, the point where I'm doing stuff that is out of this world, that it's dang, how did he do that? You feel me? Like
And I think a lot of people, like, they just don't want to be like judged, I think you should just pursue whatever you want to pursue.
Oh yeah.
Do whatever you want to do, and that's why Kanye is so successful.
That's why I say you kind of got to be delusional, because some people live in fear, and so they just don't do anything. But you gotta step and like really step behind what you want to do, and not be scared to like stand on it. This is what I'm doing. This is what we gonna accomplish.
And it doesn't matter if the people around you don't believe in the vision. God put it in your brain for a reason.
I always say
it's
that.
not on. God didn't give them the vision because it's not on them to execute. It's on you to execute. And if God put the vision in your brain and you're trying to figure out, like for an example, imagine if Noah went around asking people, should I build a boat? Should I build a boat? The ark? Should I build the ark? People around him would have said, you're crazy. Why would you build an ark? It hasn't rained. You're delusional. But Noah said, I know the vision God put in my mind, and I'm going to do it. Imagine how crazy Noah looked building that ark and making all the animals go on the ark and doing all of this. He probably was the talk of the town. But it's almost like you got to be the talk of the town to execute what God put in your mind. And I remember when I first started my brand, my lash business, I had people laughing in the comments. People were literally laughing. Well, it wasn't like a lot of people, but a person or two I went to school with cracked a joke or two. Somebody in my own family even laughed when I told them my vision. But it's like, imagine if I let that stop me. I wouldn't have never started Wise Label. I probably would have just went to work or went to a job or applied at a job or something.
That's why you gotta kind of, in a sense, you gotta see where's the source coming from. Who is this person? What are they doing? Or do they even have a vision for what they want to do? Literally. Or are they laughing at you because they don't see what they can do for themselves?
And even if they do, they might still talk down, but it's not on them to believe.
They might still talk down, but it's like, okay, but are you thinking outside the box? Are you not afraid to fail in front of every single person? And I feel like I'm at that point where I'm not afraid to fail in front of everybody. I'm not afraid to, you know, like even the whole thing, this one lady, she came up to me after we did the recording with Dave. She was saying that she didn't realize how, you know, we have grown. She didn't understand the idea of us valuing ourselves based on social media and what we like, what other people see, who likes this post and all of that stuff. But it's really a thing. Some people really won't move if they don't see everybody, you know, going to the thing that they like. But you gotta fail for real. Like I'll see some people on social media where they have these big brands and they may promote something. And if they post a picture of themselves, or they post a picture like halfway naked, or guy, male or female, if they post a picture halfway naked, if they post something that people attract to, the common thing, they'll get a bunch of likes for that. They promote their business, they promote something new that they're starting, and then they won't get any likes. And so it's like, what makes you different from the next person? If I post my brand, if I post my business and a few people like it, let me work with those few people and make it work. I'm gonna show y'all these 5 people, and I'm gonna let y'all, those 5 people speak, and, you know, branch it out to other people, let it be known.
And like, I feel like not even trying is failing. If you haven't even tried, you failed. Don't be afraid to start to fail. If you don't start at all, that's failing because you haven't even started. I feel like no matter what you do, you're gonna mess up. You're gonna, and that's something that stopped me for a while. I used to be so afraid of failing. I used to be so afraid of failing, like to a point where I was feeling stagnant. But then I realized me standing here and not getting anywhere is me moving backwards. I feel like as humans, we're either growing or dying. We're not staying the same.
That is so true. That's what everything. If it's not moving forward, then it's moving backwards.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's what I see with so I know that for sure in business, you, in a sense, it's not about comparison, but looking at who's doing what in your field. How can you look at for example, when we were talking about artists, and, you know, a lot of artists right now, I don't see them as superstars. There's nobody that's like a superstar artist or like doing something.
I feel like that's because they just are doing stuff.
And even just remixing music and stuff, like doing the same stuff that's already worked out.
It's no real artist development. Like back in like even early 2000s, I feel, and before, of course, like older generation. They trained artists. Beyonce used to have to run and sing so she could build up her stamina, so that way when y'all see her on stage dancing and singing effortlessly, it's because when she was 17 or 18 years old, she used to have to run and sing. Like, artist development, artists don't do that anymore. Like, I've been seeing lately Tiana Taylor, she's been trying to help other artists, but that's why I feel like there aren't any real like superstars, like as far as these new singers and artists right now, because they're not really being developed.
I feel like everybody sounds like somebody now.
Or not being developed, sounding like somebody doing what's already been done. Nobody's trying to think outside the box. And I think that so with anything, we need creative development. We need entrepreneurship development. We need development as a whole, personal development, everything, because we're just all doing what we already know works.
You just made me think of something. So one thought I've had recently is it's like a fear, right? So I come up with a good idea, and it's the fear of, what if I can't come up with more good ideas just as good as this, right? Ooh. Like, I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna put out these pants and it's gonna create a big moment. Then it's like, even though I haven't even done it yet, there's already a new fear, like a little bitty fear starting to build up, saying, okay, but after this, what you gonna do to top it?
Right.
Yeah, like, what you gonna do to top it? And some artists have that. Like, Cardi B hasn't dropped nothing since her last album. And I feel like it could be because that album she put out did really well. And it's impact. Like, so it's just like, can she top it? And I'm not saying she can't, but I feel like that could be a thought in her head. But that's been something I've been thinking about, even though I haven't even got to the point of release yet. I'm already thinking, it's like I'm already thinking about, oh dang, all right, how am I going to top this? You know, like what's the next thing I'm going to put out? You know?
Sure. That's like walking up the steps. Don't worry about how you're going. Just focus on the step that God put in front of you. And that actually made me think about something I told Trey the other day. And it just came to my mind too. I was thinking, like, thoughts are abundant. Like, there's an abundance of thoughts that you can have. Like, isn't that crazy how you can never have enough thoughts?
That's a good point.
Just like how Squirrels don't run
We have
out.
like thousands, like 80,000 thoughts a day.
80,000. But do we ever think, what am I going to think about after I think about this thought?
Yeah.
And with squirrels, they never, I'm pretty sure they never worry about how many trees they have. Fish probably never worry about how much water.
Yeah.
So I feel like thoughts, God's going to give us the thoughts. We just, and of course it's going to take time. Like you might have to take a break or travel or something to make the thought come. But I think you should rest in the confidence knowing that you're going to get something better.
Definitely.
That's why I think we need, like, even right now, me, for example, I'm like, I need to go somewhere else real quick just to get some new ideas, some new experiences, rather than just coming back and forth to the clubhouse. Sometimes you do need to step outside of what you already know. Out of your environment, because if you just keep going back and forth to one place, now all you can talk about is really what you're experiencing in that one area. And that's why it's important to, get out of your environment, because you're hearing all of the same exact things over and over. So what else can you do in order to get this new perspective? You can pull from this area. You can pull from the next area. You can pull from reading a book, listening to audio, something where you haven't heard it before, and then you remix it into your own thing. And that's what I think is with a lot of people is, or even just myself, like if you just do what works, if I just do the thumbnail that I know people are going to like, why not try something different? Try a different color, try a different, like try something else. What else can we do other than just like do the same thing that we already done?
Definitely.
Yeah,
no, for sure.
And that makes me think like, there's been some times I tried something and I didn't know I could do it because I never tried.
Yeah.
I've been so in my box, and now like when I do something different, it's like, oh, I had that in me.
Yeah. Or sometimes I'll see somebody else do something because I'm doing the standard thing. And when somebody else do it, I'll be like, oh, I didn't even think I could change it that way. I didn't think I could cut the video up that way. I didn't think I could edit it this way. So
I had that effect.
Yeah. You got to try new things. We never going to know until it works.
Definitely. You mentioned steps a couple minutes ago, saying like, talking about focus on the steps in front of you. I think just how we try and hold each other accountable, we should like have like our audience, the people that watch, have them hold us accountable too. And so what are those next few steps that y'all see right now as far as,
I like that.
Yeah, and that we can have our audience hold us accountable to. Like, what are those next few steps that y'all need to take to get closer to where you're trying to go? And
then it should be with a number, because success is a numbers game.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Always got to have a number attached to something.
Definitely.
I would say definitely getting the back end of my business done. That's something I've been prolonging on.
That's something we all need to work on.
Bro, why don't we just set a week where we come together
and just do that?
Sit in a room, write a task, and we can't leave until we get that task.
We can honestly I feel like that's something maybe other entrepreneurs probably struggle with too. So even us trying to figure out the back end stuff together, and if we could bring in, I know we've talked about coaching episodes, bring in somebody that's good at that. They help us through it while also
like a workshop.
And also the audience will get like help with it too. I think that would be cool, because we've been talking about that for a while. Does Donnie help with that type of stuff, back end stuff, or is that somebody else who would ask?
Systems.
Yeah.
I think it just depends what type of back end we're talking about.
Okay.
I know the back end for me is like taxes, getting a credit, like business.
Okay.
Funding, all of that stuff. That would be the back end stuff for me.
Have you asked the right people?
See, that's what I wrote down this week recently was who do I need? And so I wrote down like I need somebody to tell me with business credit. I think the main thing right now is getting a business coach to kind of guide me on what to start.
I think that's honestly what we all need is a business coach. And I agree with the taxes. What was the other thing you said? Taxes and
business funding, like credit.
Okay, that too. But honestly, I might put a pause on that.
I thought about putting a pause. I don't think I need it right now.
I seen something maybe a year ago. Neo said he had just got his credit fixed.
Wow.
Like he's basically all the millions and all the money he had made, he did while having bad credit. And he was like, he had messed up his credit like a long time ago.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah. And it was like within the past few years he had just got it right. But that kind of just gave me some comfort in like
Yeah.
it's okay. Yeah, exactly. It just gave me some comfort in like it's okay, like because there are other ways to get to where I'm trying to go, even without credit. So it is what it is. But
definitely just getting the back end stuff.
So is that stuff you could set like dates for then? I mean, so for the taxes, do you need to just find someone to do your taxes and pay them?
Yeah, I would definitely need to find somebody. And I would say the taxes.
Don't say too much now.
Definitely
listening.
I would say the taxes, just figuring out like how to organize it, like how to manage for like getting your books correct, bookkeeping. Yeah.
Okay.
So getting that correct of like how to take tabs of each thing and how to have it organized. Because remember that we talked about, and you were like you can't have it all over the place. So I'm trying to figure out how to organize it. And then the main step would really get the business coach, so I can figure out, like you said, that would have probably helped me identify you don't need business credit right now at this moment.
Yes.
What you need is some systems in place to figure out where the money is going. Yeah. To figure out, how much money do you have to spend each month, all of that stuff.
There's a lot of
stuff. I feel that.
Like QuickBooks and
QuickBooks, all of that Square.
Yeah. So do you feel like the coach is the bigger priority, or
the coach is definitely a bigger priority?
Because the taxes, I feel like it's important, but it's not something that's going to make your business fail in the next couple months or something if it doesn't happen. But it's just like, this is something important to do. Yeah. The coach is something that could help push your business in the next couple of months if you did that.
Yeah, because I've thought about, I want to use the entrepreneurs and content creators in a way that it can, in a sense of influence, how you're talking about, getting people in pants. I want to see how can I, get people involved with the content or rollouts for, promo for different things for Royalty Made It, and how can I, get them to be involved in some way. Yeah. It's a lot of them that I work with that's in Atlanta. Yeah. So how can I bring them together and, make it like a big thing?
That would be cool. I mean, so do you know any coaches you would want to work with right now, or you would have to do more research?
I would definitely have to do more research, because what I've thought about is getting a coach that's outside of who we know. Yeah. Not because like, I don't
me too. Honestly, the coach I was looking at is too. Yeah.
Like, who else can give me something that they don't know nothing about what we got going on?
Yeah.
And they're a trustworthy
different perspective.
Yeah, a different perspective.
Nah, I think that's a good idea. I think that's a really good idea.
I feel like the entrepreneur I feel like the entrepreneurs we're around, I feel like they have alias coaches and stuff too.
Yeah.
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 Sure. I agree. So then we'll set a date for that then. Yeah. For you to pick a coach, research to pick a coach, and then also to hire a coach. I mean, based off of whatever goals you have for this year, when do you need to have a coach to help you scale and get to that point? Like, I need to have a coach by this time?
I say I'm thinking at least after July or towards the end of that month, so that we can start like planning out the rest of the year before like Christmas and all of that. Because there's even stuff that I was thinking of last year to do with the clients that I work with. Maybe we could do like a photo shoot or something, like just different creative ways that I can like engage with them, because everybody that I have worked with is really through the internet right now. So how can I bring them together? Maybe like, how they've done like the Social Proof alumni, like something like that, where it's like a networking event and building community and all of that stuff.
I like that.
I feel that.
That. So that would make sense to get the back end straight before you start doing more front end stuff.
Yeah,
front end stuff.
Okay, so that's
definitely
good.
finding a coach by at least July, and actually
end of July.
Yeah, end of July.
Okay.
What would y'all say?
For me, back end stuff, but really my main focus is my next drop.
So when would you want to put that out? You want it to be like a mid-summer launch or a fall launch?
I want to drop before July ends. No, that's not accurate. Before the middle of August, I want to drop.
Okay.
That gives me time to get my back end straight and do my content and to drop, because I still got to get my storage unit and all that stuff. So
do you already have designs for the drop? I know you've been showing us stuff.
Yeah, I already know what I'm dropping. I already know who I'm going to go to, how many pieces I need. All of that stuff is straight.
Okay.
So now it's just a matter of getting the content done and getting the back end stuff straight.
Okay. So the date. So launch, you said July?
Before August 15th. I'll drop before August 15th.
Okay. We can say that then. That's cool.
Actually, August 20th.
Why you push back?
No, August 14th. Let's go August 14th.
Because I'm not even going to be here for the rest of this month.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you need to be here to do certain parts or?
Yeah, because I have to
Film.
Huh?
Like
I got to make the content.
Oh, yeah.
And I have to wholesale the clothes to me. I got to get the storage unit.
Oh, yeah.
I need to be here for all that stuff.
So would this be the first drop that you do, how we talked about the storytelling type of promo?
Yeah,
This would be your first. Okay. So, yeah, all that stuff takes time.
Yeah.
For real.
I did through pictures before, but this is going to be my first time doing it in video.
Yeah. So you have videographer already that you want to work with? Okay.
Wait, do I? Yeah, Zell.
Yeah, if you need some help, I got you.
Okay, well, yeah. Yeah, I think.
And the people, I low-key want to just go to GSU and ask if anybody wants an opportunity.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do.
What, for models?
No, for my content, for my story.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that would be
there's
cool
a lot
then.
of creatives in GSU.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot, so
then August 20th, I think that's a good time to do a drop.
What about you when you dropping your pants?
I don't know. I want to drop ASAP, but as far as my next couple of steps, things that I could do, I'm thinking.
Are you gonna get your back end straight first too, or are you gonna do that
taxes and stuff?
Yeah, or is there anything else you need to do?
Systems. But
all of that stuff is not urgent.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't think systems is urgent?
Well, systems for my custom side, I don't really know what systems to really set in place for this part because I've never done it before. Yeah. So I'll be figuring that out as I go because this will be like a new type of way that I'm doing my business as far as like somebody else making the clothes, even like the shipping and boxes now, opposed to like when my clients pick up a dress, I have like a garment bag. Yeah. So it's like it's gonna be different. So I feel like the process, the systems will be like a little different as far as how I do things. But I would say things that I know need to happen ASAP is the website. I have a website now, but I need to get the new one made. I already have the person.
Are you going with Shopify?
Please.
Yeah. That's what I was to say, yeah. Go with Shopify.
I have the person who's going to do it. I just need to actually pay for it and do the photos.
Yeah, just do it yourself.
It's so easy, bruh.
But I really want it to be a very nice website. I mean, the website I have now, I made. But I've been using that website for a couple of years.
So I can make the website for you.
No, for real.
I know how to code and all that.
Well, show us what the person who you're gonna hire.
I'll show y'all what I want, and then y'all can tell me if it's
Shopify,
easy or not.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Like you just use a template and customize it.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can just make a basic website and then always elevate it when it's time to elevate.
But I don't want a basic website. That's the thing. I have a basic website now.
Okay.
So the whole point,
Like,
exactly.
Site.
I want, like I said, I want everything to be good quality.
Because people going, the first impression is gone.
They're gonna look at all of this stuff.
Because my website now is just like, oh, okay, this is cool, but
it's cute.
Yeah, but I want like something elevated. But the website needs to happen soon. Also setting up my text list and email list that needs to happen. We could say these are all right goals to set before the month ends, right? So it's June. Before the month ends, website taken care of, text list and email list set up, and then also I need to get my samples made so I could do my product shoots, and then I think that's stuff I could get done before the month ends. Because after that, honestly, it's just really doing promo. As far as putting together the promo content, it's a lot more that I'm thinking about, but not a lot more. But since I am going to, like, you know how if you order something from Gucci or something, they send your stuff in boxes. So I'm getting Jael boxes made with that's gonna be really nice. I found a luxury package designer. Pretty cheap. Well, not cheap, but not expensive. Like $150. Not bad to design my package, and then I just pay to get it actually ordered but I don't know if it's a priority, but I could have that done this month too, and then order my first sample package. That way I have all that part together.
Okay. All of that's before July ends?
Before June.
Oh, before June.
July should be all promo and rollout for real. But
rollout. Okay, so
recording the promo and also starting to put stuff out for the rollout. I actually need to write this stuff down. Hopefully end of July for real.
Okay.
I don't want to do August. So I don't think I told y'all. This company reached out to me to do they do fashion week tours, right? It's a big company and it's like for luxury brands, luxury designers. They go to Paris, Milan, and New York and you do a tour. Get to show your collection in all 3 cities or all 3 places. And so if I do that, that'll be in September, which will be really cool. Expose me to a whole new audience. But that's the only reason I didn't want my Painz launch to be so close to September, because I knew that that's like fashion show season. And so I'm thinking if I launch in July, August, I'm going to be spending time the lady has to produce the orders, but I still have to ship them myself. So it's like, but I will also still need to prepare for that showcase. So I feel like that's a whole lot to try and do in August.
August is fashion week?
No, September. But I will have the month of August, to get those orders shipped out, and then also try and make sure I have my pieces ready for the showcase if I do this stuff with the people in September. And so that's just like a whole lot going on in 1 month, unless I hire somebody to take care of shipping out the. And then
that's what I was going to say. With September being fashion month, your vendor is probably going to be busy with orders. Because that happens a lot, around, it's a certain months where like vendors and companies get really busy because everybody's trying to get stuff made.
August is back to school. Exactly. Like there's, it's going into fall, a new season. Yeah, a lot of stuff. Like a lot of people, I feel like a lot goes on with fashion around that time for sure.
Yeah, so you have to keep that in mind too.
Yeah.
This makes you think we actually got to execute.
Yeah. Nah, definitely.
Because even the one thing that Princess Dior said that shifted my mind is when she was saying this. I feel as though this can apply to my business when she said that every client doesn't get to speak to her.
Oh,
and
yeah.
So having somebody in place to reach out to them for that specific thing, but then the exclusive clients, they're coming to you directly to you. And I want to have that, but. My thing is trying to figure out how many people do I need in place, because you don't want to just have a bunch of people on payroll and you just and even trying to figure out for the designers, when are they gonna work? Because I just work whenever I do it, but they can't work 24/7 like I do. So it's just figuring out whether or not they are gonna work for certain hours or specific days. How would that work? But yeah, we definitely gotta get it done.
Nah, for sure.
I'm glad we said it on camera.
Yeah.
So that
now,
bro, 2 months from now,
we're going crazy.
Bro, somebody gonna clip this up. We gonna have an editor by then.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna clip this up, and they gonna see, look what they did, and look, they said that they were gonna do what they did.
Yes. So let's reiterate one more time. Okay. So Yanni, August 20th.
August 20th, I'm gonna drop the best clothes.
Period.
With the best rollout.
How many pieces you doing?
When I drop,
you want to do a big drop?
I don't know yet, because when I drop, I don't want to ever be out of stock ever again. That's not what
I mean. How many designs? That's what I mean.
Oh, I'm gonna start off with one design.
Okay,
2 shirts.
Okay,
2
cool.
different colors,
Yeah.
Starting off, see how that does. Then, of course, do more.
Okay, yeah. But, I think that'll be cool.
Because I've heard different people say how, for instance, when you walk into a room, imagine everybody in there is wearing one shirt. Somebody's going to be like, oh, it's more noticeable rather than people wearing different shirts. Nobody's going to really pay attention. So if I could master one shirt and get that on everybody, then start doing different designs.
I like that.
Creating that brand identity. So for me, I said business coach, and I said by the end of the month, which would be when we're going to the podcast summit. So that I definitely need to, we need to already be in training with that person. And so I'm trying to figure out, should I find 3 people And
For the business coach?
Yeah, like at least 3 business coaches, see like which one would be best, and how do you even vet them?
Well, I feel like, as far as vetting them to make sure they
like
do what they say they do. Yeah. Like that's hard.
Testimonials.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's the only thing I could think of. I know the lady that I want to go with. I went off her testimonials, but also when I did the consultation call with her, it just felt like right. Yeah, it felt like our vibes fit each other. Yeah, exactly. And I was just like, okay, yeah, this is who I want to be my coach. Okay. And so yeah. I'm gonna
look for 3 people. See who it is, because I have 3 people, but they're in our circle, so it's like I don't really want to. I want to find somebody outside of the circle that they can, get a different perspective.
So before July ends,
before July ends,
a business
I'm already
coach
in the works with them. Yeah.
Okay. For me, so by the end of June, samples made, website made, text list and email list together. And then I'll have my package designed.
Okay.
By the end of the month. The package design is Okay. But the first things I mentioned, yes. And then Painz launch by end of July.
And Growing Painz finna have an editor, so Zell can just
just produce.
Zell can just produce. He don't gotta edit.
What's your goal, Zell?
Honestly, man, I just wanna like free up my time. Like I feel like the work.
But how can you do that working with David?
You just find a way to delegate tasks. Like I am still Dave's videographer, editor, and all that good stuff. So I got to figure out how to like find an editor. Yeah. That way I don't have to always edit stuff for him. I can just
You know what I feel like the hardest thing is trusting somebody to be able to like think creatively and edit.
Yeah.
Like how you do.
That's my cut up videos regularly.
Just let me go. That's my hardest thing. Cause I'm very like detail oriented and.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever get somebody to manage my Instagram, my Wise Label Instagram. Y'all can't. I'm gonna have to do it eventually. I'm like, I don't think they can execute it the way I do it.
No, for real.
Like, how do you know I want this clip edited out of this video? They're not gonna know that.
How do you know I want this period in the caption?
But think about it. Like Dave had to realize that too, because we edit for him.
That's
we just gotta kind of just coach you.
That's true. Yeah, that's
Teach
true. They'll start to learn your style as you like. Nah, I don't like that, or I like this. They'll start to see like, okay, these do better than these type, and they'll get a feel of like.
Because even with my clients, it didn't start off with me knowing everything. Eventually, I adapted and learned the way they like stuff.
For sure. Even with y'all for the thumbnails, I know
you be picking all the good ways.
I know y'all don't like this.
He was doing good.
Yes, I'd be like,
bro, before I had to screenshot a bunch of pictures of y'all and be like, which one do y'all like? Now I don't even ask because I feel as though
you be picking all the good ones. I'd be like, dang.
Yeah, it's definitely you gotta get to learn and getting out that mindset, like you said, Zoe, of feeling like you're the only one that could do it.
Yeah, correct.
Also, if y'all are watching on YouTube, comment down below your task or your goal, and then pair it with a date. So when that date comes, probably 2 months from now, we'll probably make a part 2 or something, and then you can come back to your comment and see if y'all accomplish y'all tasks as
Definitely.
Let them know where they can
together,
find you. Let them know where they can find you.
Yes, so y'all can follow me at Yanni Bratcher on Instagram, and then y'all can support my Christian streetwear brand, Wise Label.
Big Wise Label.
Y'all can follow my brand Wise Label on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest, everywhere.
Wise Label everywhere. 3 rolls in my whip. It's like, but you can find me at Roy Travion, my personal page, all about personal development, growth, some comedy in there. You feel me? We getting on that.
Yeah, for sure.
And you can follow my creative agency, Roy T Made It, without the Y. Let's get it.
And y'all could follow me. My personal page is at IamJadaEllis. I'm starting to get in my content creator bag or whatever.
I'm crazy. I told her she wants her some cooking or something on her story.
At the gym.
I told her she been all right. Us too.
This had the roses on the floor. I'm like, all right, Jada.
Like I was like, okay, Yanni and Trey always trying to do some content. Let me get in my content bag. So follow at I'm Jada Ellis for my content or whatever. And then for my fashion brand, follow at JAELL official.
Let's get it, man.
Period.
And then, hey, you guys, my name is Runzel. You can follow me on all platforms at Legendary Zell. On my Instagram account is basically about the journey of being a producer for the Growing Painz podcast. Also a videographer and just a dope husband. But
you got the drones.
Oh yeah, you feel me? The drones in the
crazy. And you can follow all of us as a whole on the Growing Painz Pod Instagram, on TikTok. We going crazy. You can listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all of those places. And yeah, we out.
Oh wait, and if you would like to sponsor or be a sponsor, get you an ad placement in one of our episodes, just email us or reach out to us at Growing Painz Pod on Instagram, and we'll send you that information.
Yeah. And one last thing, man. Don't forget to text us. I'm gonna drop the number right here. All right.
They're like, oh, he's calling me. No,
They're like, all right, I'm picking one, and we're gonna go there.
No, for real.
Call me this. Literally.
Stream here like this. Pay my bills. Yo, we out. We appreciate y'all for tuning in, and yeah, we're gonna see y'all. Oh, we changed the schedule.
Look at the bio.
They're like, all right, I'm clicking off.
Bye, y'all.
All right, see y'all.